In today's episode of Rooted in Retail, I'm sitting down with Terra Richards, the owner of The Haven, and we are in person at New York Now. I just loved sitting down with Terra and hearing more about her and her journey. In today's episode, we're talking about the importance of who, not how, really showing up for a strong leader, taking time for yourself, even unplugging and going on a retreat with no technology at all. Tara takes us through her experience, which actually sounds pretty incredible, and really just creating a culture around your store and around your brand and like a feeling. You can tell that Tara's just really connected to her customers and her community and really cares about the experience that they're putting out there. So I think that you're going to love today's episode. Let's dive in. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Crystal Vilkaitis, the Wolf of Main Street, and this is Rooted in Retail. Tara, welcome to Rooted in Retail. I'm thrilled you're here.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, we're together, which is really nice to do this in person. We're at New York Now. Big shout out to New York Now for letting us have a podcast studio. If you sell gifts, you got to check out their market. You can also check them out online at nynow.com. Tara, before we dive into these questions, please tell us a little bit about you and your store.
Yeah, of course. So I'm Terra Richards. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. Born and raised, deep roots there. My store is called The Haven, and it originated, my husband and I have a 8.5-acre tree farm and garden center together in Fort Worth. We've been in business 13 years. 8 years ago, The Haven was a seed planted in my heart, just an idea to bring in a little bit of an additional customer experience, and has grown into really a culture, just a place for people to come and get products that make them be able to create a haven in their heart and in their home.
Oh, I love that so much. And as you say, a culture, you use the hashtag more than a tree farm, which I love.
Yeah.
So how has that hashtag reflected the hearts and meaning behind your brand?
So originally, More Than a Tree Farm was to let people know that we actually sold flowers and shrubs. And then it turned into, we also sell candles and home decor, a lot of kitchen, artisan-made products and things. And then in 2020, my husband and I started doing live videos on Facebook, because we knew that our community needed to be supported and everything that people were going through. And I'm very into personal development. He and I had actually just returned from a Brendan Burchard event in San Diego. And so we wanted to really support the community on how to stay grounded during a very crazy time. And so we started a Facebook group called More Than a Tree Farm. So what started in just letting people know that we had more than just trees became letting them know that we really were more than a tree farm, that we wanted to support our community and teaching really people how to grow themselves and not just plants and trees.
Yeah, I love that so much. I mean, I feel like community is so critical for independent businesses. It's an advantage you have outside of the big boxes. So having that community is so special.
Yeah.
So with so many different aspects that you have going on at Vassal Creek Tree Farm, there's a lot. Tree farming to landscaping, home decor. How do you manage and streamline your operations? And what advice would you give to someone looking to expand their business or fine-tune their systems?
It's all about the people. One of my favorite books is It's Not Who, or what is it? It's not how, but who.
Yes.
I wish I could say that I learned early on, because I kind of like to do everything and have my hands in everything. But I realized that in order to have the impact on the community that I wanted to have, that I couldn't do it all by myself.
Yeah.
And so I really started using all my personal development to learn how to be a leader and hire the right people. And so it's just been all about growing our team and having the right people in place. And for us, they really had to be bought into our mission.
Yeah.
So our purpose of being in business is to use our God-given talents and resources to inspire, educate, and serve. And so through our interview process and just coming up with really having people that are bought into the purpose, you can teach anyone about trees, flowers, candles.
Yeah.
We're storytellers. And so all the products that we carry in the Haven are intentionally placed in there to support other small businesses. And so as long as I have people that are bought into our mission, they can tell the story of other people's products.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
I've often said too, retailers will ask us about hiring for social media positions. And I say, you can teach social media, but you can't teach that personality, like
Right.
that person that's going to be on the team and fits in with the culture. And so
Right.
it sounds like you're very aligned in that mission too, of
Yeah.
finding those people that really connect to your business and
Mhm.
the culture that you guys have created. So then how do you empower your team to take that initiative and contribute to the success of
Uh,
the business?
That is a little bit more tricky for
Okay.
me. Just being super honest.
Yeah.
I do a lot of teaching, a lot of coaching. I personally have a coach that I work with. And so when I'm struggling with a team member, or if I feel like I'm struggling teaching merchandising or teaching language on social media, then I go back to my coach and say, hey, coach me
Nice.
through having this conversation with them.
Yeah.
And so I'm still learning myself as a leader, but
Yeah.
I think coaches need coaches, therapists need therapists, landscapers need landscapers.
Yeah.
And so it's just getting that help.
Yeah, it's so true. I love that you say that because I feel like some people just really have a hard time asking for help, or they feel like, well, I'm a business owner. I must know it all.
Yeah.
I can't show that I'm weak by asking a coach, hey, help me out here. How do I talk to my employee? But these are things that we're not always taught. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't know, then you don't know. And I'm convinced most of us don't know what we're doing.
Right, exactly. We all have imposter syndrome.
Yes, we do. And you
Yeah.
have to figure it out somehow. So asking for help, I think, is just going to speed up that process, give you the right tools versus just trying to figure it out or not asking for help. So
ask for help is a number one thing. In fact, as we kind of take the Haven out on its own and come up with our new manifesto, I'm like, ask for help is going to be on there, because if you don't know, you don't know.
Exactly.
And coaching has been my number one thing that I think has helped me grow as a leader, as a wife, as a mom.
Yeah,
So
I so agree.
Yeah.
So agree. Now you did, as we were preparing for this, I was looking at your Facebook and researching you, and you went to this trip in San Diego that sounded really transformative.
Yes.
And so I'd love for you to share with us, kind of why you decided to do that and what you did there. Because as I was reading your post about it, it made me think of our listeners who maybe need to take a break or maybe need to take a step back and do something like that for themselves or whatever that looks like. So I wanted you to share that story on this podcast.
I love Onsite. It's so beautiful. Bob Goff is a writer. He's also my writing coach. So again, coaching is super important to me.
Yeah.
And I just reached out to him that some transitions that our company was going through. And, I was like, I have all these ideas, like all of us do as creators.
Yeah.
And I called him so excited, hey, I'm looking at taking this part of our business and starting my own thing. And these are all the things I want to do. And he just recommended that I take a break, that I unplug. So Onsite is, I went to a program called Living Centered.
Okay.
And what I went there for was direction and clarity, because I thought, I am so confused. I don't know, there's 42 things that we could do, but I believe you can do 42 things okay, and you can do a couple, like if you narrow it down, you can do those things really well.
Yes.
And where do I want to show up in the world really well?
Yeah.
And so it's interesting because I went to Onsite. So the scariest part was unplugging your phone. So the first time I went, or the first time I signed up to go, I actually chickened out because I was like, oh my gosh, we have all this stuff going on. I cannot unplug my phone for a week.
Yeah.
But then as things got more chaotic, I realized that the only way that I was going to get clarity and be able to lead well and make good decisions was to trust the process.
Do it. Yep.
And Onsite is all about trust the process. So you show up at the gate. It's in Ramona, California. So it's about 45 minutes. So I flew into San Diego. Okay. Took a gorgeous drive up into the mountains.
Nice.
You pull up to the gate and they're like, welcome to Onsite. Do you have any electronics? And I was like, oh, you're taking my MacBook too?
Oh, and you're like,
I'm like, what am I going to do? But it was such a great experience. And in fact, the night that you get your phone back, I was like, I don't want my phone back.
Please don't give it to me.
No. And so it's just, it's a great way to really get alone. There's maybe 20 people there.
Okay.
And so what I loved, what I took away from it was their intentionality. So it's all about how to create space in your own life with the sheets that you have on the bed, with the living space, with the books that you have to read, with the food that you feed your body, and just getting away from it all and reconnecting with yourself. And if you would have asked me 6 months ago, I'm like, that sounds so dumb. Like people are like, oh, I got to find myself. It's like, But really, you do. You're so busy leading other people, especially as entrepreneurs and
So
as
true.
wives and moms. You spend so much of your life giving to other people
Yeah.
that you feel selfish if you take time for yourself. But what I realized is I came back better, wholly myself. And so now I feel super confident in leading.
Yes.
I recommend it. I mean, by the time I left, my counselor, who's been with Onsite for, I think, like 13 years, and he says, do you want to do marketing for us? And I was like, absolutely. I've already
Perfect.
sent my daughter. I've already offered to send someone on my team just because
Oh,
it
that's
meant that much
amazing.
to me. So,
Wow.
yeah. So
Wow.
I guess to, wrap it up, because I could talk about Onsite forever. I came back with clarity for sure, direction for my team, but really I came back whole and ready to lead.
Yeah,
So,
and that's the only way that you really can fully be a good leader and
yeah,
mom and wife, like you're saying. And the world is so busy right now. Like to
right.
take that break, I can't imagine not having my phone and I'm not like
Yeah.
really glued to my phone. I
Mhm.
don't know. Maybe some people would say, I feel like I'm not, but just to have that complete disconnect.
Right.
I've been saying this lately. I really feel like we have the answers within. Like we know,
We do.
but we won't listen to ourselves, or we won't take the time or put ourselves in a place where we can take that time to really reflect, listen,
Right.
and tap in. And you had that opportunity, which
Yeah.
is really incredible.
And one of the great things I think Onsite did is they taught me how to do it at home. So they teach you,
Yeah.
like I said, they're so intentional about creating experiences. So one of my favorite things to do there, this sounds ridiculous, but it truly is, I like to swing. And I
Oh,
forgot, like as a
I
kid.
love it. Oh my gosh.
Mm.
It's so freeing when you
Oh my
swing.
gosh. So they had this huge oak tree that's probably like 300 years old. And it had this wooden, of course, I love aesthetics.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful swing.
Yeah.
And I just spent so much time just swinging and that
Oh,
freedom that I felt. And so now I bought a swing for my birthday.
oh,
My
good.
husband like trimmed up the tree and hung the swing.
Oh,
And now
that's
it's just,
special.
now I feel like it's a place that I can go and remember and just
Yeah.
go back to that meditation and connect with myself and say, okay, why am I here?
Yep.
Like, why
Tap
am I
back in.
doing what I'm doing?
If you're looking to amplify your results, things like get more people to your events, more foot traffic, grow your email list, more website visitors, more local awareness, then we can help you at Crystal Media. We have a Facebook and Instagram ads agency. This is a done for you service and is typically best for retailers that have a physical storefront, because we are pros at driving foot traffic and local awareness, that are doing about 600,000 a year in revenue or more. So if this is you, if you're looking for those results, you want that support, you want a dedicated person to help you grow your store, then you can go to crystalmediaco.com/ads, ads, and learn more about our ads management offering. Right there, you can secure your seat. We are boutique, so we only work with a small amount of retailers. So go to crystalmediaco.com/ads to learn more. Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. That
Yeah.
will save you so much frustration and time being
Yeah.
able to do that and have those tools. So
Right.
good. So
Yeah.
what does the future look like for you guys? What do you got working? You got some stuff going on
We
here.
have a lot going on. So we are, I keep saying we're separating the company. We're not separating as a couple.
Yeah.
So my husband is going to take the tree farm and the landscape division, and he is going to be operating that. The Haven has really outgrown the tree farm, and that seems odd, but as a gardener, I know sometimes you can have like your basic, like your shrubs go in, like all your anchor plants go in, and then you'll put like a beautiful flower in, and it'll kind of outgrow the space. And sometimes you can uproot it, which is very scary, but it can be done, and uproot it and then go put it in its own garden.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we're doing with the Haven. So the Haven started out, like I said, it was candles and like t-shirts and, just some great things, but it's really become a place for people to come and find peace. And even, we always say, even if they walk across our bridges and they don't fight anything, we still did our jobs if they leave better than they came, like feeling better than they came. So the Haven retail part, we're actually looking for an old building that we can make new again.
Oh, cool.
To inspire people that when you're feeling beat down, you too can reinvent yourself.
Yes.
And so Haven will now be Haven Home and Garden.
Okay.
So we're also going to be very intentional about the flowers and things that we carry, teaching people. My husband, I get so many ideas from traveling.
Oh.
So we were in Canada in June, and they know so much about their land. And they are so intentional about the plants that they plant to give even like the birds and the bees a place to be.
Yeah.
And so Haven will still be a home and teaching people about creating Haven in their home, but we're also going to be very intentional about the plants that we choose and educate customers and inspire them to create havens for the birds and the bees and butterflies and people. Like nature.
Yeah.
Again, I have team members that know a lot about this. I don't know everything about it, but I have a passion for creating Haven for nature as well as people. And then ultimately, really the dream is to kind of turn the Haven into maybe something like on-site.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah. Because it's like, what if I can teach people how to do what on-site, give people what on-site just gave to me on a larger scale.
Oh, wow.
So,
That's really awesome.
yeah. So that's
so good.
That's the ultimate dream.
You've got some good stuff going on. I love it. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the resilience round?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Best business book.
Oh, this one. So really quick, couple books because I like to learn from other people. So definitely How'd You Do It, True It, Chick-fil-A customer experience, Starbucks customer experience, Walt Disney customer experience. It's all about experience.
Yeah.
For you and I, it's like when you go somewhere, make an experience out of it. I mean, I'm in New York and it's like, don't just do the tourist stuff, like really experience the city. But my favorite business book is High Performance Habits, Brendon Burchard.
Nice.
If you don't start with yourself, then like you can't be a leader.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a great suggestion.
Definitely.
Best retail technology, like an app or software?
Shopify has been a game changer for us. And I know they don't need any free marketing, but I mean, it's been game changing. They've helped us have an online business. They've helped us with, all the apps and everything. So I love Shopify. Super grateful for it.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. How do you keep up with the ever-changing retail landscape?
A lot of podcasts. Yeah. I'm so grateful for podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Yes.
To help retailers be stronger, more rooted in success, what's a leadership foundational best practice?
Time block. Definitely and as I say that, I'm not always great at it, but definitely, looking at your calendar and having certain days that you're working on marketing, certain days that you're working on merchandising, and certain days that you're just on the floor. Because I feel like on those days that I'm on the floor, I get to connect with my customer and really hear how they're feeling about the products or how they're feeling about the customer experience.
Right.
So it's definitely a time block.
Yeah. Awesome. If you had to start your business all over again, what's one thing you'd do differently?
Oh, wow. What would I do? Because I just sort of stumbled into this. This was my husband's dream, and my dream was planted within it. I don't know that I would do anything different.
Yeah.
I think I've learned from my mistakes. I've made a lot of mistakes along the way. I have a lot of gracious people in my life that have allowed me to stumble. I don't know that I would do it any different.
Yeah. I love that answer. Finally, what do you think the future of independent retail looks like?
I feel really positive, but my daughter's 19 and I learn a lot from her.
Yeah.
They really want experience again. They really want to touch the product. They want to look face to face with people. They want to have a cup of coffee. Here's an example. My daughter just got a tattoo a couple weeks ago. Her first tattoo. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
And the tattoo parlor was all female owned. They had a coffee bar. It was an experience. It wasn't just about getting a tattoo.
Nope.
And so I feel very positive about the future of retail that like I said, I'm a storyteller.
Yeah.
And I want to tell the stories of the people at market that are here and they put their heart and souls into their products.
Yeah.
And so I want to be able to bring those stories to life. So I feel really positive about the future of independent retail because I think people are going to get tired of, thank God for Amazon because I couldn't live without it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when it comes to something other than like toothpaste and toilet paper, I want to go in. I want to know the shop owners. I want to know the product, I want to know the makers, the creators.
I so agree.
Yeah.
So agree. How can people connect with you and learn more?
So my Instagram is really where it's at. I'm on Facebook, but doing a lot more with Instagram.
Okay.
So it's Terra Richards is where I do all my writing. I actually do write a lot with my company. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
We'll link to those too. Tara, thank you so much for sitting
Oh
down
my gosh,
with me.
thank you for this
so
opportunity.
Nice. Yeah,
So,
I love it. Awesome. Everyone remember that I'm rooting for your success. Have a great weekend. Bye. Okay, I have exciting news to share. The Rooted in Retail Mastermind is launching this January. It's your chance to connect deeper with me, the retail pros from the show, and an incredible community of resilient retailers, both online and in person, with several meetups throughout the year. Get on the waitlist at rootedinretail.com/waitlist. And don't just listen to the show, be a part of the magic and grow your store with us. I hope to see you there.